There comes a time when every dad looks at something he has maintained, he has repaired, he's cleaned, cursed at, and poured money into, and asks himself, hey, how much can I get for it? Well, we're going to answer that question today. Welcome to Dad's Deals, where we save money with questionable judgment and unpaid family labor. Today we are removing our 15-foot above ground pool before selling the house. Because, hey, childhood memories are priceless, resale value is not. This is what people imagine when they buy a pool. Clear water, happy kids, and a relaxing summer afternoon. The reality is chemicals, filters, leaves, cloudy water, and one muddy child with a popsicle ruining everything. Now that we are selling, the pool is less of an amenity and more of a possible buyer objection. Some buyers see family fun, and others see something like this.
Thank you. I got water in both my ears.
An unwanted above-ground pool can potentially cost you between $1,000 and $5,000 in reduced offers, removal concerns, or backyard cleanup. There is no amount of pool slapping you're going to get a buyer to cough up extra money to buy a rusty above-ground pool. Now, I could have removed it with a truck, a chain, and a couple of my buddies, but I also enjoy having a yard and also a wife. So give it
Women.
having fun removal was not an option. We had three other choices. Option 1. We could hire a crew of jobbers for about $250. Option 2. Leave it and risk losing $1,000 to $5,000 in resale value when we list. And option 3. That's the right number for Spanish, right? Whatever. Option 3. Get my lazy rear end outside and do it myself.
Do it!
Naturally, we chose option 3. Now, once the water finally dropped, we saw the real problem, rust. This pool was one shade lighter than the wreck of the Titanic. The walls were rusted, the rails were rusted, the screws had turned into red powder, which is why buying a steel above ground pool in Florida is a horrible idea. Florida does not preserve steel. It slowly eats it, like a fat kid with a little Debbie. So, do not get an above ground steel pool in Florida.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
We also have these things called beaches here. Just saying. Anywho, want to give a quick shout out to my oldest son Montgomery, who braved the heat and manned the camera throughout this entire ordeal, while his brother Marshall skipped this entire wholesome heat stroke inducing family experience to play Fortnite. The plan was to remove the screws and take the pool apart neatly. Unfortunately, the screws were no longer screws. They were clumps of deformed rust. The drill became less of a tool and more of an expensive handheld suggestion. So we brought out the reliable cobalt reciprocating saw, or as us dads call every reciprocating saw, a Sawzall. Anyway, instead of paying the dump, we took the metal to the local recycling yard. Now the final numbers. So, drum roll please. The project cost us 0. Big goose egg. The removal cost avoided about $250, so we saved that money. Now, this is the variable, which is on a scale of 1,000 to 5,000. So let's split the difference at 2,500, which is a possible resale value that by removing this pool, it actually added, protected, or however you want to do the math on that one. That one's a harder one to nail down. Now, in terms of the scrap metal, we scrapped every possible piece of the pool that was metal. Aluminum, there was a lot of aluminum, which was really shocking given that this is a water pool. This is a metal pool in Florida that holds water. And almost everything was steel and everything was rusted. So the entire scrap steel profit was a whopping $18.
Huh?
Now I know what you're saying, $18? I mean, how long did it take you to take the damn pool apart?
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Like 3 or 4 hours? That's not really a deal, is it? Well, I will admit, $18 kind of sucks. But it is still better than paying the dump, and much better than losing thousands negotiating with a buyer over a rusty pool. Now, did this make me rich? Heck no. Did it make sense? Heck yes. That is the difference between a fortune and a deal. This isn't Dad's fortunes. This is Dad's deals. We be poor over here, so get used to it. Now, in the next episode, we are saving parts of the old liner and the sand pump filter for future projects. Next time, we will reuse them to lower the landscaping costs and build a temporary pool while we prepare to move. I know what you're saying. You just took a pool down. Why are you building another pool?
What?
Well, we have an ingenious way of making another pool to kind of cool down because we have a ton of yard work to do and landscaping and all kinds of other things in the 105 degree Florida weather that basically is somewhere between 105 degrees in Satan's living room.
Welcome to hell!
So we still need some way to cool off. So there you have it on that one. And the tagline, this is something we're kind of trying out here. It's because on Dad's deals, one dead project usually becomes 3 questionable new ones. That's very true. So in closing, the pool is gone. The yard survived. We saved some money. We made $18. I mean, that's enough to get maybe a burger at a local restaurant for myself without a drink. Yeah, so not a lot of money, not in this economy, but $18 is $18. So, and more importantly, my marriage remains intact, and my wife didn't have to abuse me too much to get me to do this. So, thank you, wife. So anyway, subscribe to Dad's Deals for more bargains, backyard projects, and very questionable math. And here at Dad's Deals, we always say, save the money, keep the story, question the math. So, have a blessed day. Check you next time.